Crypto.com's CRO token. Got to give you guys another update today as there is more news coming out regarding what's going on with the economy and going on with some of the tensions happening across the globe. And it will continue to affect not only Bitcoin, but the altcoin market and, of course, CRO. And things that we've been looking at on this channel are ideas of Crocoin going back to its previous all-time highs. Well, today, if Crypto.com was to achieve its previous market cap all-time high, that is a 76-cent CRO, which might be a little bit confusing to people because when you actually look at the price of CRO that it achieved in the last bull market, it got all the way up to 95 cents. Now, why, if it achieves its previous market cap high, wouldn't it go to 95 cents? Well, that's simply because the tokenomics have changed. The actual supply out there for the CRO token has changed, and part of that is because of the unburn that we had lately, and something to discuss, but I don't think it's a long-term issue for that dollar price level to come down the road. But let's get into some of the news and some of the trades that I'm looking at right now in the crypto market. You may have seen one of my Dogecoin trades that I have open right now. That's actually the trade that I have open right now, as I like to trade some of the larger cap memes, and I like to trade some of the bigger assets like Bitcoin, and sometimes I used to trade Ethereum a lot. More so, it's just Bitcoin and XRP, Pepe, Doge, a lot of that, and sometimes CRO. But let's get into this one, guys. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing in the crypto market in terms of news today. So, again, keeping this in mind throughout the video, if CRO goes back to its previous high market cap wise, that's a $22 billion market cap. That is a 76-cent CRO. That, I think, is simple. I want to remind you guys that even Shiba Inu got to a $40 billion market cap. Dogecoin got to an $88 billion market cap. I believe with all the things we're seeing from Crypto.com that we could see a much higher cap than $22 billion at some point in the future. In fact, I think it could go quite a bit more. And when you start to compare it to tokens like Binance's BNB token, it's crazy. Currently sitting at a $94 billion market cap. If CRO can achieve the previous high for Binance, which happened not that long ago, that's $110 billion. That's a $3.68 CRO. Still possible, even with the tokenomic change. But the main thing in the short term is this, guys. Conversations about these tariffs, reciprocal tariffs 2.0, deadlines kind of coming up. This is concerning more folks in the Fed about potential opportunities for rate cut. You're seeing Wall Street strategists don't see Fed rate cuts coming anytime soon. There is a little bit of an uncertainty because of these tariffs over potential rate cuts happening. Though we have seen the actual odds of a rate cut jump up, there is still a little bit of pessimism out there. And to just add more to the uncertainty that's happening in this market right now, you're seeing airstrikes, you're seeing conflict in the Middle East, Israel and Iran going at it, Iran retaliating, and more ongoing conversations around this. Is there going to be escalation? What does this mean for the economy? If there is escalation and a greater conflict, a global conflict breaks out from this, it will likely have a downward effect on the markets, and just the fear of that being a possibility is taking the markets a little bit lower as of late. Today, we've got a little bit of a rebound happening, but we did have a little bit of a sell-off in altcoins over the last few days. You're still seeing some of them in the red. That being said, we have had a few coins that have been pumping over the last few weeks, leading to this last week. This next week, now that this news of this conflict is out, is going to be very interesting because we could have a significant move in these markets, and it could be the move that brings Bitcoin back below $100,000. It's possible, guys. I am looking at a potential trade again on Bitcoin, maybe to the downside on this. We're going to have to keep an eye out for it. I am currently in a Dogecoin trade, which is right now slightly in the profit, a 30x position that you can see here. So I'm in a little bit of a Dogecoin trade here. $400 at 30x. And if you guys want to do some trading, you could sign up for Blowfin using the link in the description down below, up to a $5,000 deposit bonus. You could be trading CRO as well. Let's talk about the price action for CRO on some of this global news that's happening right now, and kind of dive into the details on it. So here's CRO, guys, and these are our weekly candles, as you can see right here. The body of these weekly candles has been kind of touching off this blue trend line, all right? And so what I was talking about in my video yesterday was about some potential dips, maybe down to 8.6 cents, even maybe down to this 7-cent level again if we want to revisit these weekly candles that we saw back in October of 2024. Those become possible if Bitcoin decides that it really wants to slip through this level. We've broken through it. Or we want to slip back down. Do we want to retest 100K? Do we want to dip back down on some of these global tensions and concerns over inflation down to 92? Again, these are things that could be possible. And if you start to see these things being possible, then you easily could see CRO dip a little bit lower. On top of that, what we've got going on right now for Cronos overall is, the ecosystem is not explosive, right? We're looking at the top memes here on deck screener. These are the top tokens on the Cronos chain. These market caps are much lower than they once were. Mary's down to 3.8 million. Crow with Knives down to 14 million. It was at one point at 40, it was almost to 100, I believe, at one point. These things are way down from their highs. There's been no more excitement on these at all. It's just been getting quieter and quieter and quieter. But that's not a bad thing necessarily in terms of being any different from any other chains out there, okay? Solana is very calm. Nobody cares about the next meme that comes out, or barely even the top memes on Solana. Ethereum, same thing, right? You've got Pepe, you've got Dogecoin. Like I said, I'm trading Dogecoin right now. Those are the big ones. Those are like the Bitcoins, if you will, of meme coins. But as for like every other meme in existence, this is not surprising to see almost no price action. Down the road, in order for the CRO token to remain successful and be successful in the future, you're going to want to see more mainstream adoption for Cronos, which is why the other day when I saw the CEO for crypto.com come out and tweet about CRO, about the Cronos chain, and how there's going to be 10x more speed on the transactions on the chain, and they are already having very low fees. This is the kind of progress you want to see, because what it'll allow is more attractiveness for developers to come build more applications on Cronos, bring more users, get more activity going. But we're not going to have any of that until we get this bull market back on the road. So for the price action on CRO right now, I am bullish in the long term, but in the short term, there is global uncertainty. There is tariff concerns as well, which is global uncertainty in a different way, in causing inflation concerns. And unless we get the Fed to cut rates, we're not really set for an altcoin rally and an altcoin season. Once we get that happening, I believe that DeFi can get popular again. That's when the most attractive chains will get the most reward in terms of money flowing into the ecosystem, new users coming, and then the coins within those ecosystems can succeed as well. That's my thought, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give financial advice. I've been trading the market. If you want to do some trading as well, you could sign up for Blowfin using the link I have in the description for you guys down below. I am bullish on CRO, but what we're seeing right now is a couple of hiccups on our path towards those other price levels of Crow getting to that $22 billion market cap that is achieved in the past and getting to 74 cents, and even going higher to maybe one day achieve some of those price levels that we see in terms of market cap for Binance. I think that a $3 Crow could happen in the future. If Binance can do it with the trajectory that Crypto.com has as a company, I don't see why at this point Crypto.com couldn't do it. Even with the token unburn, tokenomics are certainly important, but the fact that Dogecoin got to an $88 billion market cap and its inflationary token tells you that tokenomics are not the end-all, be-all when it comes to what can pump in crypto. That's all I have, guys. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, DCA Hodl. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.